What? Hello. Fuck. Hello. I'm low. Hi. Hello. Excuse me. I'm trying not to cough. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hello.
The bread is here!
Crab,
Can you believe
like the
it?
hacking
They were just
job
about to
for
throw
all,
all
thank
this
you.
away! What a waste!
Hello. I am definitely not gonna be here for long. But I've been lonely. So I've been... I've been, still trying to recover from being sick. It's been, it could be better. I've been trying to eat, but eating makes me nauseous. I hate it. I made some broth with noodles, and we had some leftover dumplings. So I put the dumplings in there, and now I just feel like I did too much. Yeah, I've been hearing that people have been getting really sick lately. And it's been fucking some people up. Pretty bad. Sick. Yeah, pretty sick. Pretty sick. Oh, excuse me. Again, I'm not sure how much I'll be streaming for today. I mostly just don't want to be by myself right now. I've been bedridden.
The bread is here!
Since Sunday night.
Can you believe it? They were just about to throw all this away. What a waste.
I tried going to work on Thursday because other staff are getting sick. And I tried going to work on Friday, but my boss saw the condition I was in and he was like, absolutely not. So he called some higher ups to figure some stuff out, so I didn't have to work the whole shift. But Sunday night I was in bed. All of Monday I was in bed. Tuesday I was all in bed. Wednesday I was in bed. After work on Thursday, bed. Last night I got home from that early work shift, and I'm trying to remember what I even did. We got home at like 3. I got home at like maybe 3 o'clock. I think I went to bed at around 5 or 6. So bed. Would you rather watch YouTube videos on? I'm fine just sitting here and talking. Like I've got food here that I've been very slowly trying to eat, and I'm worried that the longer I take to eat it, the grosser it's gonna get. But I'm saying all this to set the point of, if anybody comes in and is like, you should be resting, you should be in bed. I've been in bed all week. I don't want to be in bed right now. I really don't. And I know some people say that because they worry and, you know, like, oh, because they care, and I'm not discounting that. But I'm gonna go crazy. Okay, well, Deco, it was nice knowing you. I'm gonna fucking obliterate you now. It was nice knowing you. You were a good friend. I'm really sorry that I had to do this. Let me find the block button. I'm gonna fucking time you out, which means it's gonna... There you go. You've learned... Have you learned your lesson? I think it automatically takes off your mod privilege. Hold on. There we go. Have you learned your lesson? Fucking, that's rich coming from you. Rich coming from you. Oh, you're so tired you accidentally timed me out. Yeah, probably. I can't see straight. It's been bad. Hey, you actually lost your mod privileges too. That's really funny. Yeah, because you're not, like... because it's generally assumed you're not supposed to be timing out your mods. What do you have? I don't fucking know what I have. Oh, if yeah, food? Food-wise, again, I have a light broth with some noodles. And I put some dumplings in there because it's got like some chicken in it for protein. And then I dropped an egg for more protein. But I if that's what you're asking for food-wise. Fuck. But yeah, I've been in bed a lot. I've kind of only had like a meal a day because I just have no appetite. I don't know how much more water I've drank so much water. Have you been having orange juice or similar stuff? Orange juice? No. Orange juice has too much sugar for that. The only juice I've had is mostly Gatorade. Because I've lost a lot of electrolytes. I'm also very anemic right now. Because if having whatever this like fever, flu is, if that wasn't bad enough, my body was like, hey, I know you're having it rough. We don't care. It's been 30 days. Now lose a lot of blood. And I'm like, okay. Can't argue with that. So I've been losing a lot of blood as well. And I'm very anemic. What this has led to has been the worst back pain. It has been the worst hot flashes. I have been so hot or so cold and so sweaty, disgustingly sweaty. And the worst delirium. I'd never experienced delirium. Like, what? Like, my brain can just decide it wants to imagine and see shit that's not there. And I just have to, to deal with that. You fucking shitting me? I was so irritated. I was like, what do you mean? The first 3 days was the absolute worst. Like, one delirium wasn't that bad. Apparently one delirium I thought I was on a horse. And apparently I was talking out loud. And Jester had to apparently hold back from dying. Because he thought like maybe I was memeing. Because I guess memeing at 5 a.m. in the morning. That I was on a horse. He was like, I thought you were memeing. And I'm like, at 5 a.m.? At 5 a.m.? At pitch ass dark? I was just memeing that I was on a horse? In bed? He was like, I touched you and you said don't push me off the horse. Yeah, no, I was not playing no fucking Kingdom Hearts today. I was not playing no damn Kingdom Hearts. I was not doing it. I thought about it. I genuinely thought about it. I genuinely thought about it. But then I was like, no, I can't. God, I can't. God, I can't do it. Not today. I can't. Like, I'm in a situation here where, like, it's either I can spend all day in bed again because I'm on my days off again, or I can try to stream something. Like, Jester's working till 9 o'clock. And I don't know. I didn't want to, like, I didn't want to start stream at my usual later time. Have any medications? I've got Buckley's that I've got to take some more of in a little bit. I've got some Fisherman's Friends. Again, I've been drinking a lot of water. Not really much else. I think I'm on the late stages of this, but fuck, it just still feels like shit. And again, the anemia doesn't help. But, I feel like I put too many dumplings. I shouldn't have put this many. I don't even remember how many are in here. I just put them in there. They were little. And I think they affected the flavor of the broth. Because the broth has a funny flavor now, too. I don't hate it, it's just different. You can never have too many dumplings, not when you don't have the appetite for anything. But yeah, Jester's working till relatively late, but then he has an early shift. So I didn't want to, like, stream until my usual hour. I didn't want to do that to him. So I was like, well, let me find some time to stream and just make it a short one. But I don't know. Anybody watch the Game Awards? I actually, on the day I worked, on the day I tried to work the Game Awards, I actually, like, listened to it. actually listen to it. So I normally don't watch award shows and stuff, but the day was not that busy and I needed something buzzing in my ear. So I had I had Lily on while she was watching the Game Awards. I liked quite a few of the announcements, but the final one he hyped up was High Key Garbo. I don't remember like any of the trailers except for Divinity's and Resident Evil. I didn't remember anything else. All I know was that it was a funny French Revolution. Game Awards ain't what they used to be. I don't know what they used to be, so like... What? Oh yeah, Mega Man. Hero Shooter had no business being at the final premiere. Hero Shooter? Bro, I don't remember. I don't remember none of that. What? Okay, that's my body telling me no more food. Overwatch clone but fantasy? Oh. That's my body telling me no more food. Well, I tried. Think Exhibition 33? Oh. I did end up buying Expedition 33. I did end up buying Expedition 33. Mega Man has you hype, high spicy. Ace Combat was not what I was expecting to see of. Like, I didn't play Ace Combat when I was younger. My brother did. I watched him play Ace Combat. It was plain. And I was like, that riff, it's Mega Man. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. There's gonna be a Street Fighter movie. They introduced it with the Wily Castle theme. Oh, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Because I was listening to most of it again, I didn't see a lot of the trailers. And I did miss some parts of it. The Street Fighter movie looks dumb, but in a good way. Here's the thing. There are two ways it could go. And I feel like one has the potential to be bad and one has the potential to be good. And I feel like, to an extent, now I haven't seen the Minecraft movie, so I can't say for certain. But apparently it did really good in terms of box growth and reception. They could either play it straight and make potentially a shitty movie, which with live action or you can kind of make a joke out of it. You can make it you can make a joke out of it. And you can have a very funny kind of shitpost experience. The problem is now, do you trust Hollywood directors and writers to be able to produce something like that? And do you expect them to do it well? And that's the part where a lot of people are divided. Where it's very likely that they will probably go to the shit poster, maybe the more jokey out of it. If they make it in a similar kind of vibe and flow and humor, like Everything Everywhere All at Once, for a live action movie, you've got a potential to make a pretty funny movie. But again, it's gonna be that thing then of, now we're gonna have the issue of video game movies are either Sonic the Hedgehog or a meme. And because of this, you can't tell a video game can't have a serious movie anymore. And that is a bit of a problem still. Because back then, video game movies were just bad. Now they're bad in that, you know, they can't be anything more than like an in-joke. Or if you're not a part of the joke, just something for you to laugh at and be like, haha, fucking video games. A lot of people in charge of these projects view the source material as inherently inferior and work to correct it for the superior medium of film. Kind of, yeah, I don't know. I know, that 10-second Mario movie trailer, though. Oh yeah, good shit, I guess. I liked the Mario movie. I thought it was really cute. I thought, you know, I thought they could have, there were some things I was like kind of about, but I was like, well, let it slide. Like the whole like Peach girl boss thing. They're like, let's make Peach a CEO. Let's make Peach a girl boss. Like, they took Ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom and they took that very seriously. And I guess fine, sure. But then I don't know, Peach wasn't Peach. It's not one I'd watch several times, but I enjoyed. Yeah, again, it's a cute movie. I'd show it. I'd watch it with my nephew. I'd watch it with a kid. I'd be like, "Hi, child, want to watch Mario?" But I would rather prefer taking a kid, my nephew or my niece, taking them to Sonic the Hedgehog. If you were to put the Sonic the Hedgehog movies and the Mario movie, and tell me to pick one to take a kid to, I would take them to the Sonic movie. I would take them to a Sonic movie. The Sonic movies have just in general been absolutely lovely movies. I've seen all three of them in the theaters. They've all been wonderful. Yeah, I saw the pod racing. I remember like the OG Episode 1 Star Wars pod racer for PC. I remember we had the game for computer. But like the new pod racer, it's like they're not pods. They're not pods. Not the same. They're not like the thing, the pod with the rope and then the 2 engine. Deadpool's coming to Marvel Rivals. He said it. He said he's not voicing Deadpool, guys. Y'all want a man to fucking violate an NDA so badly. I don't understand, y'all. I saw people fucking jumping on freaking Sayu, being like, just tell us. Just say it already. Just accept. Just say that you are. And I swear, y'all want a man to just violate his NDAs. Y'all just want a man to violate his NDAs. But what's really, really funny is that his fellow voice actors are like, we get it. Your NDA's not up. We understand. I just saw the trailers 2 hours ago. No worries, Bardu. I'm just saying that when the Game Awards happened, because I also had Sayu's, everybody was fucking picking on him and telling him that it's him. And he's like, guys, it's not me. Guys, it's not me. And then he posted it on both of his accounts. And it's just been a meme for the past few days. Whether or not this man plays Deadpool. Just wait for the announcement. I feel like this man is gonna get in trouble. The man hasn't said shit. He just said it's not me. And I swear so many people are like, nice, you just say it. And his fellow voice actors like, nah, it's you, we know. We get it, your NDA's not up. Yeah, no. 40-year-old Squeaky, hold up. Can a VA be in trouble if the whole internet is saying it's them despite them saying nothing? Who knows? I don't think so, Crab. I don't think so. Because really, what it all boils down to is that Sayu, in VTuber and off VTuber, is a very popular and well-known voice actor. He is a very, very popular and very well-known voice actor who gets a lot of very prestigious roles and is very, very active and known in the industry. And because of how popular he is and how many friends he has in the industry, he also has a very recognizable voice. People have, because he's played so many different roles and so many different characters, we've heard so many facets of his voice, but still heard all of the little things that make Sayu's voice Sayu. And because of that, there are people that are so confident when they hear them in a performance that it's him. Sayu's going to be correct, though, too. The credit for Deadpool is not going to be Sayu. The NDA issues surrounding Three Houses. Yeah, but that also... That issue with Chris Niosi was a whole other can of worms, though. But yeah, I feel like... I don't think he'd get in trouble with it. And it's that thing of... I feel like at this point... If anything, everybody losing their shit over whether or not it's Sayu has only made the trailer blow up even more. So who knows? But it's gonna be that thing of, I don't think he will get in trouble for it. I would be very, very surprised if he got in trouble. If it turns out that he does play Deadpool. I don't think he'd get in trouble for his fan base knowing him, like his fan base recognizing his voice and being like, it's him. The most Sayu's job as someone who has signed NDAs is to not say shit. Is not to confirm. I was about to say neither confirm nor deny, because I know he said a while back that sometimes denying that you play something could be in one way also violating someone else's NDA, but it's hard to, yeah. Yes, like remember that Hayden wasn't allowed to say they were Treeby and Trinan until the official announcement, even though they were credited for Trian and all three clearly had the same VA. How obvious it is has no impact on how binding. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. For those who don't remember the three houses, both Chris Niozzi and Christina Valenzuela both broke NDA and were replaced as the dub actors for Male Byleth and Edelgard. I didn't know Christina V broke an NDA. She was supposed to be Edelgard? Ew. No, her voice does not fit Edelgard. Nintendo does not fuck around with that stuff. Yeah, no. Example of how being a famous VA is both a blessing. I didn't know. I knew about Niozzi breaking his NDA because he went on and bragged. What he had done apparently was he had bragged that he was gonna be he had bragged to people on Discord that because he plays Byleth, that means he's gonna be in Smash, which then also essentially spoiled that Byleth was gonna be in Smash. And then yeah, no, like overnight they freaking put in Zach Aguilar. Fucking insane. I didn't know it happened with Edelgard though too. I did not know that Christina V was supposed to play Edelgard. Tara Platt was swapped in for Edelgard before release, and Niozzi was placed with Zach Aguilar. Wow. That's crazy. Honestly, I'm trying to remember Edelgard's voice. I can't hear Christina V coming out of Edelgard. Like, what? Fucking what? It's weird. Also, Robbie Draymond almost broke NDA but deleted the post so he avoided being cut. What the fuck? What the fuck was it about three houses that everybody almost broke their goddamn NDA? Niozzi I understand because he unfortunately at the time had a reputation for being a fucking jerk. But Christina V and Robbie Damon? What? Like, these fuckers have been in the industry for a while. How the fuck y'all broke y'all NDA? What the fuck y'all doing? I know it was a long time ago, it don't matter no more, but like, damn. What the fuck? And that is a good ass way to make sure you don't work for Nintendo no more. That's a great way to ensure you never approach a Nintendo property ever again. Wait, what do you mean my package has been delivered? What do you mean? These bitches left my fucking package out on the... Ooh, I gotta get my package before somebody steal my shit. That might be my GG subs. What the... Okay, I'm gonna be right back, guys. Don't do anything stupid while I'm gone. I'll be right back. I'm gonna move this out of the way because I looking at this makes heckin' postal deliveries. Christina may have the detail wrong. She might not have broken NDA, but she was replaced. Yeah, that doesn't sound like Christina to break NDA like that. It was in the early trailers for 3 Houses. They probably changed her last minute. Oh my goodness. They heckin' left my package out on the lobby. And it's like, y'all didn't even try to ring the door. But considering she later voiced engage, it's probably safe. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Yeah, no, it's safe to say then, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yep, it was the GG subs. Honestly, fucking finally. We got the caffeine-free ones because I don't drink GG subs for the energy. Or at least the caffeine. The caffeine is really weird on my tummy. And it's weird on Jester's tummy too. So we prefer to just have the caffeine-free version and we can drink as much as we want. Like a little candy elephant shaped like... It's a lollipop shaped like an elephant. It tastes like bubble gum. But yeah. It doesn't sound... It didn't... Pink elephant? Yeah. Pink elephant. I am... My brain. Heckin'. I forgot what I was gonna say. Because I was so caught off guard from the GG subs coming in. We got BBL and Goof Juice. Sucking on this kind of makes me think. Have you guys ever had like bubblegum flavored soda? Whether it be Jones. I mean, crushed cream soda is pretty close. Because apparently GG Sups completely discontinued their waifu candy flavor. Which was their own flavor. It was cotton candy. I don't think it tastes like Pepto. It just tastes sweet. But like, if you're familiar with like your standard like pink bubblegum flavor, There's several sodas. There's one, I think, a South American soda called Chubby. Come in these little chubby soda bottles. They're good. There was a CNC brand, which I think was also Latin American. You'd find it in bodegas a lot. And they had a cotton candy, but it tasted kind of like bubble gum. And then there's Jones. And they have a bubblegum flavor. Jones soda. A weird muted sweet. Huh. This is just like a ring pop with like an elephant shaped candy on it. And the elephant's bubblegum flavored, and it just made me think. We don't have any like... There are so many sweet, fruity GG Sup flavors. There's nothing like cake candy-ish anymore. Like, again, like this is a bubble gum. Makes me wonder what bubblegum is supposed to actually taste like, but like, hi Ashtray. It makes me wonder, because I love bubblegum flavored soda. Bubblegum flavored soda is so good, but it might be too sweet for some people. I don't know. Every time I think about GG Subs, I think about like, what if I had a flavor? And obviously I still like the idea of a strawberry banana. Strawberry banana with like maybe coconut. What would your flavor be called? I'm not sure. If I wanted to, if I really wanted to dive into the GG Sups lore and vibe and go for a completely sussy name, I would probably go for Magical Cream Pie. And here's the thing. I would want to call it Magical Cream Pie, and I would want some semblance of cream in it, which is why, again, I would want it to taste like a strawberry banana smoothie, or a strawberry banana smoothie with like coconut cream. That way you could have this and call it like strawberry cream pie. Or magical cream pie. Here's the thing. Most people who are on the sussy degenerate side will know cream pie and be like, cream pie. But at the same time, there are people that it's like, oh, a cream pie. Yeah, that makes sense. A pie with cream. She's a magical girl. It tastes like a cream pie. Magical cream pie. Like, that's that thing where I feel like it's sussy enough to still work in the GG Sups kind of thing, but also normal enough that when someone's like, hey, what are you drinking? It can be like, oh, I'm drinking magical cream pie. I don't know. Like, it sounds normal. Like, it sounds normal. Don't let them take that name, guys. This bad tickle in my throat. Don't let them take magical cream pie. I want that to be my flavor name. If we ever somehow get fortunate enough that we ever get, like, look, it all starts with a GG Sups code. If I can get a GG Sups code, it's all uphill from there. Because then, the more people buy GG Sups with my code, then there's a chance to get a cup. Then, if the cup did well, and the code did well, I'd eventually get a flavor. And then I can be like, I want strawberry banana coconut cream. And then it could be called magical cream pie. I think it's a very simple dream. I had applied for GG Sups. I didn't get anything, which made me a little sad. But that's okay. There's always gonna be next time. It'll be all right. And then, I'm trying to think of any other flavors I would want to make. I just see no banana in GG Sups' lineup. It's all cherry, raspberry, and now lemon. Like, whatever wins, I guess. But I just want to see something different. Dragon fruit? You know a combination that's actually really good juice-wise, but I've not seen them do either? So, raspberry orange. Believe it or not, raspberry orange is a very lovely combination. Apple orange. I'm trying to think of what else. I think it's like apple, orange, mango, or two. Yeah, no, not eating that soup is actually making me feel better. I think that soup was just too much for me. I think it was just too heavy. It's crazy to think about. How is soup too fucking heavy? Is everybody hoarding RAM yet? Heard a lot of people are freaking out about that. Right, that's a mess. That's an understatement. From the sounds of it. From the sounds of it. That was something I thought about with the game during the Game Awards. That's something I thought about during the Game Awards. Is that if the people who are looking forward to some of these games next year do not have a good PC build, they cannot play these games. And the only benefit I can see from now with these soaring costs for RAM and how RAM at an affordable price is going to be very hard to find now is that maybe, just fucking maybe, because eventually it starts with the RAM, then it's going to be graphics cards, and then it's going to be processors. And computer parts in general are just going to skyrocket in price. You're going to have people's homes. You're going to hear about streamers' homes getting robbed. And their computers getting gutted. You know about how, like, people's fucking catalytic converter units from their cars were getting stolen? It's gonna be that for fucking computers. Stores are gonna get their fucking computers gutted and stolen. People are gonna break into people's houses for computer components. Uh-huh. You can only hope
that video game companies will look at all this shit and be like, maybe we should go back to optimizing our fucking games. They're not gonna though. They're not gonna. They're not gonna. They're too up their own ass about fucking looking at every pore and follicle on a character's face over if the game can even fucking run on the computer. Question: is it wrong that I don't like most of my country's food? Depends. What's your country's food? What's your country's food? I might like it. I kind of like everything. The general audiences care more about graphics, or companies assume that? Companies assume that. Most players don't care. They want to be able to run the game. They want to be able to run the game. I shouldn't have to upgrade my PC every 4 to 5 years just to play a new game. They're okay. Ish. Their ports suck. Graphics only need to be good enough to convey meaning. Yeah. Wait. And chocolate with rice? Gabrielle, I think you missed that first part. What are you talking about? You missed a whole first part. You didn't introduce any of your country's food. What are you talking about? Temporado. What's that? What country's food is that? It's like mixing rice with chocolate. Temporado. Okay, chocolate rice pudding. That's okay, no worries. I just want to know, like, wait, what country are we talking about? Okay, it's Mexican. Ballot is the first one I type. Oh, I didn't see ballot. Okay. Now here's the thing, I love rice pudding. It's a Filipino sweet. Okay. One with the boiled baby chicken. Oh yeah, I've heard of balut. I know a lot of out of country don't fuck with no balut. And I'm sorry. I'm not down to eat no abortion. That being said, I've had other Filipino food that don't involve balut, and I thought it was yummy. Like lumpia. Like I love lumpia. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Again, there's nothing wrong if it's not to your palate. Like, you know, some foods and flavors just aren't for us. It could be some of the ingredients used that you're just not a fan of. Mostly the ones involved with blood. No. Yeah, couldn't say. I don't know which ones involve blood. Kind of metal. I also don't like the taste of blood. I know there's like blood sausage and shit like that, and I don't fuck with that. Now you want to talk about durian? I've not had durian yet. I heard it's stinky. You can never be a vampire, I guess. Oh, absolutely not. I love garlic too much. I'm a garlic girl. I love garlic so much. Freaking, I got recipes being like, can you give us? The recipe calls for 3 cloves, and I say 3 bulbs. I've had some coworkers in the share their homemade pen seat with me. It was delicious. Ooh. One of my close friends, we'd go to her birthday in the summer, and her mom would just make all this food, and her lumpia was so good. But yeah, no. I love garlic way too much. Absolutely. I would be so weird. Honestly, though. But would you become a werewolf? I don't know. I don't know. Because I prefer silver over gold. Although I prefer rose gold over both. But if I was to choose gold or silver, I'd go for silver. What about a werecat? The fuck's a werecat? There are other, like, let me rephrase this actually, because I know what a werecat is just from the sounds of it. But like, what is a werecat? And what makes it any different from a werewolf aside that it's a cat? What are we doing here? The cousin species of a wencat. Yeah, that would do it. I can't believe they fucking left my shit out there like that. Can't believe. Someone could have stole my GG subs. Can y'all believe the first time I ever ordered GG subs? A long, long time ago. it got stolen. And when I hit their like the shop app, and it was like, cause it was like, it's your package has been delivered. I'm like, no the fuck it ain't. And I think they took a picture of where they left the package too. I don't remember. I don't think they did. But I messaged them and I was like, hey, y'all's is saying that you delivered my package. I don't see it nowhere. I don't see it in my mailbox. I don't see it in the vicinity. I don't see it in the lobby. Somebody stole my shit. And they were like, we are so sorry. We will send you another one. I bought these for the Black Friday sale. I forgot to order the samples. I wanted to order those. I'll wait till next time. I'll wait for the next 5 years. I'll wait 5 years for these to run out. See how long these last. Although if Jester likes it, I feel like Jester's gonna really like BBL because it's blueberry lemonade. I think he's gonna like it. And yeah, Goof Juice I think it's the moist critical flavor. It's got like a slightly raised texture on the label. That's interesting. But most werewolves are just most monsters are werewolves but different flavors. Michael Jackson turned into one. A werecat? That's what he turned into? Damn. But yeah, I feel like these will go fast depending on how quickly Jester and I drink them. Because they're caffeine free and thus we can drink as much as we want now. We'll see how well these two flavors do and how long they last. And I think I'll wait a bit and probably reapply for GamerSup. Because I think I might know. I'm a little worried if my form even sent, because the first time I filled in the form, the website said there was an error, but the top said thank you for sending in your form, but then it was like error, we couldn't send your form at the same time. So I was like, which one is it? Did you send or not? And I wish when it came to these forms, they were like, yo, do you want us to send you a copy? That way we know whether or not, like, that way you can know whether or not it's sent. But yeah, I might. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like I might in the future reapply again and see how we do, because I would really like, I don't wanna. It's funny, I've been approached by other like energy things before. I was approached a couple times by Poggers Energy. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, no. Because I'd never fucking heard of them. And I was just like, I don't want to promote something I've never tried. So I remember messaging them or replying to their message and being like, hey, I'm really honored that you guys have considered approaching me for to represent your brand. I have never heard of you though. Unfortunately, I have not heard of you before, and do not believe in promoting a product that I have not personally tried to my audience. If there is a way for me to procure a free sample of your product, I would love to try it and then consider my choices. And they never answered back. They never answered back. I was like, damn. Damn. How dare I? How dare I, a measly VTuber, a 40-year-old man cosplaying a 15-year-old anime girl. How dare I question? How dare I? Slap me across the face. How dare I question the man? Yep. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I didn't think I was asking for much. I didn't think I was asking for a lot. I was just like, hey, I got a simple question with a simple demand. If you want me to rep your brand, if you want me to shill for you, I gotta already either be liking your brand or you gotta give me something. You gotta give me something. I can't just be like, yeah guys, freaking get this energy drink here. It gives you energy and it's delicious and I've never tried it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I might not have like this big heavy reputation and this name that carries for whatever, but whatever I do have, anybody who does choose to listen to me, I'm not gonna shill for something I don't know what the fuck it is or does. Never heard of this shit. And the fact that they can't even give me, the fact that they can't even be like, yeah, we'll send you like a little caca envelope with our stupid powder in it. Here's a little caca envelope. Mix it with water, you dumb bitch, and drink it. The fact that they can't even do that. I wasn't asking for a free tub. I was just being like, hey yo, fucking hook a bitch up with something so that she knows what she's selling. I wasn't asking for much. But they ain't give a bitch nothing. Nothing. Nada. No me quieren dar nada. Déjale uno con nada. Te voy a vender nada. No quiere que le dan nada. Ah, pues. Well, you ain't getting nobody selling nothing. You got some, you roped in some other fucking sad fucks. Have fun. Yeah, no, absolutely, sus. Absolutely. I had another. I've gotten it twice. 3 times, actually. 3 times now. 3 times I've gotten this other sponsor. I'm trying to there's a God. Yeah. So there was 2. Ay, coño. I didn't want to do that. I don't know if I still have the DMs from them because I was like, fucking what? Yeah, no, I think I deleted them. But, yeah, I don't have them. There was, it was like, I got approached 3 times for a creator fleshlight. I'm trying to remember what the fuck the other brand was called. It was a much smaller one. One of them was Intimally, or Intimally. And the other one was essentially an offshoot of that brand. Okay, I was zoning out. What the hell did you say? What? I'm trying to find what they were called. I can't remember what the other one was called. Yeah, I know, right? There was Intimally, and then there was another one that's an offshoot of them. I can't remember their name. I can't remember what the fuck the other brand was called. It was like some no-name brand I've never heard of. But they both contacted me at some point. And I kind of low-key hate now that I've fucking closed the DMs. I don't even have it like under message requests anymore. I know I shared one of them because Emerald has seen it. Oh, there we go. But I got approached by that one, Intimally, which is a much bigger one that actually has collaborated with VTubers, and another one that was like, hey, do you want to create a more something experience with your fans? And I looked into it and I was like, what the fuck is this? And they were offering a fleshlight. And I remember I remember answering where I was like, you're gonna have to explain to me how this works because I am a VTuber. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. It was called Waniv. Waniv. Oh, Waniv. it's a very bot-like message, but they put, now, not sure if now's the best time, but would you want to talk about making a toy of you fans can actually feel? And I was like, I was like, how would this work? I answered both times. Both times I answered. And the Intimately one, which is again a bit, actually like a pretty big sex toy company that again that works with, like, they have a fleshlight with Freem and Podge the Goblin and Pixie Willow. And so so all three of them I answered. I said, what would a collaboration with you entail, as I am a VTuber? They never they never fucking answered me. I'm like, y'all came to me. Y'all came to me. Y'all came into my DMs. Talking about a partnership. Y'all came to me. What the fuck you mean? You ain't gonna answer when I reply. And it's not like I waited like a week to reply, like, or left them on red for a month and like never. No, I literally, like, not even, like, they sent their message, and within a day, within 24 hours, I answered them and said, please explain to me how a collaboration like this would work, as I am a VTuber. And they left my ass on red. They left my ass on red. Like saying, bitch, don't ask questions. And like, what am I supposed to do? What? So I'm sorry, guys. You don't get a squeaky fleshlight. I know. I know. I know it breaks your heart. I know. But some things just, you know, some dreams just don't. I don't fucking know why. I don't understand. All I literally was just, I have some questions. I was so confused. But they left a bitch on red. And again, the craziest thing. Oh, excuse me. I would understand if it was just the one time. But then they did it to me a second time and a third time. And every single time I answered with the same question and the same thing. They don't reply. Like, what if I actually wanted what if I wanted to actually work with you guys? You guys just, do I just not get an answer? Do I just not? I answered y'all. Why don't you respond? Why? I'd say some people have no shame, but they were clearly ashamed enough to not reply. Yeah, I don't know. I reply because I, for the most part, don't like leaving people on red. If I've ever left anybody on red, it has not been on purpose. I can promise you. It's either I forgot to reply or I thought I did. Like, I mostly because I don't like being left on red. Like, when people message me, I try to reply as quickly as possible. I don't want anybody ever being like, oh my god, what's taking her so long? Does she care? Does she not care? Are we bothering her? Blah 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 blah. I personally wouldn't feel comfortable somewhat using a sex toy inspired by me, especially if it was modeled after me. I know, right? It was just really funny to be offered that. I didn't think that would ever happen. I didn't think it would ever happen. But again, the thing that's just crazy is that it's funny that I've been approached by brands and every single time I fucking answer being like, what does this entail? What can you tell me about your brand? And or can you send a sample so that I can try it out? They leave my ass on red. They said, fuck it, we can't with this one. They're like, nope, not this one. And I don't know why. Cause I'm not gonna sit here being like, oh, this bitch knows too much. She asking too many questions. Like, what is it? What am I doing wrong? You clearly saw me as approachable. What changed? What changed? What changed? I've gotten emails of people offering me like stream keys and stuff, and I've turned them down because they're games that I'm not honestly interested in playing. Like, I've been like, thank you so much for the offer. Unfortunately, I'm not really interested in this sort of game. But you know, bada bing, bada boom, sort of thing. I think the bot wasn't programmed to handle that question. I fucking guess not. I don't fucking know. I fucking guess not. And then yeah, so after a couple months with no reply, I fucking delete that shit. I'm like, bye. Bye. Wasting space in my damn inbox. All that to say is that I hope GG subs. I don't think they would ever approach me. I'm still pretty small. But I hope that the next time I apply, hopefully, I can get a code. I can get a little affiliation with them. I think that'd be really cool. That way I can be like use code booby or use code squeaky to get 10% off GG subs, and mean that. Get your GG subs. Use code Bernard at checkout. But you got like squeaky boobs would go hard. Squeaky boobs. I mean, if Amelie could have balls and bigger balls, then yeah, I could probably have squeaky boobs. Heckin'. I would heckin'. That'd be funny. Have Bernard personally deliver you your GG subs. 10% off. Could easily be trending on Twitter in like 10 minutes. Oh my god. I'm coughing a lot.
Probably just need to rehydrate. My water's empty. My water's empty. Ugh. I sent Jester a message. Did he see it? Noise, he says. That noise. He'll be home in a couple hours. I'll probably reapply at the end of the month or something. I don't know when's a good time to reapply. Why aren't you at bed? Rest? Go rest? I've been resting for the whole week. I've been resting. I have been. I've been. Well, look at it. Look at that. It isn't enough. I've tried eating soup fox. I got nauseous. I couldn't finish it. I had like broth with noodles and some dumplings, and it was too much. I couldn't finish it. I'm gonna have to throw it out. Got it. Toast time. Maybe later. Get her some Campbell's. I already tried eating soup. It made me nauseous. Like I like literally was eating it here and I gagged. I think I just need some water and some Buckleys. I need to get some Buckleys. I wonder if I should try the Gigi shop. I don't want to open them because I'm sick. Get her a bunch of money. She will get better when her debts are cleared. God. No, don't do that. I already had a donathon to raise money, and you guys did a wonderful job raising money. But I am now slowly getting some projects moving bit by bit, and I don't need more money. I don't need more money. You guys already gave so much more than enough. Well, can we have a stream goal to keep filling that up so when we have time and some spare to keep going to the final goal? Oh, excuse me. Like, do you want like a little bar? Like a bar? Do you want me to make like another bar like during the donathon, like a bar? Because I can make a new bar. I took off the old gold bar that was for my credit card. People like number go up. I can make one. I can make one. Let me go on Kofi. I got rid of the gold bars I had. One, because the donathon was over, and then I oh, excuse me. I took off the other one because like it was there for a while for my my credit card stuff, because we're almost done. It's oh wait, no, the bar, oh wait, I thought I did end it. It's still on my page, huh? Thought I took it out. I can set a new goal though. I don't know what I would call this. Oh. Let it roll. I guess I can just call it this. And then let me see. I'm trying to remember how I was able to find the bar. Live goal overlay. Let me see. That's not what I wanted. B. I can do that. I can. There. There. Gotta go, but help you cover well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I thought I got rid of the donathon stuff, but apparently I didn't. I could have sworn I did, but I didn't. So here's that bar. Here's that bar from the donathon. There it is. Let me just put it there for now. There it is. I'll probably only have it here unless people want it on the on the game stream. I just don't know where to put it where it wouldn't feel like intrusive because of like where my my ad timer, my ad timer's down there, so I don't mind it being up there. But everything else is kind of me. I was thinking of making it smaller. Because even during the donathon, I felt really bad asking for that much money. So I might make it smaller. Just, because I feel bad. I feel like 4,000 is a lot in this, like, economy and stuff. So I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna bring it down. There. There we go. I brought it down. It's a little bit nicer, I think. Oh, that hurt my chest. There we go.
Crazy
Oh,
Fox
goodness.
just got me a
What
kofi.
happened?
Thank you, Tilda.
Crazy Fox. Crazy Fox. What did you do? Holy fuck. Well, I lowered. I lowered the goal because 4,000 I felt bad. Excuse me, sorry. Hold on, I'm gonna 60. Oh, thank you, Crazy Fox. I'm waiting until I'm not sick anymore. Because before I got sick, I had cut out all the checkies that I want to send over. And I've even ordered a stamp because I want to mark them. And I've gotten even like some markers so that I can like write on them and stuff. But then I got sick and I don't want to touch them. I don't want to touch them until I'm better. Excuse me. Because I don't want to potentially send anything over the mail. Which is why I haven't yet. So I'll probably be sending these. I don't my brain. It might take a bit before I send these. Cause I'm kind of worried about them getting lost in the mail with the holidays. But also right now I haven't touched them. Cause I don't wanna I don't wanna send anything crazy. Let me get some more water. One sec. All right. Fuck. All right, I've got some water. I'm also just gonna take some Buckley's while I'm here. I've almost gone through this whole bottle. It's 100 milliliters of cough syrup, and I've almost finished it on my own. Ugh. God, ugh. Oh, it smells horrendous. I can't see. I can't see. It smells like vapor rub, and it looks like jizz, and tastes like ass. And it's almost empty. Ugh. Ugh. God. Oh my God. All right. It's never easy bringing this down. Okay. I feel it burn down my throat. I don't think it coated as well. I think I took it wrong. It didn't like coat my throat well enough. I can feel it burning on one side, but I didn't feel it like really like wash down. Yeah, didn't feel that. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. I don't want a migraine right now, please. I would rather not. I want a cookie. I want a soft cookie. But we don't have any. And the only one I do have has weed. I don't know what to do with that information. Hopefully that Buckley's makes it easier in my throat. Oh God, now water's really cold. I'm gonna ask Jester if I should try one of them. And see what he says. Go. I wonder if he thinks I should try one. Ugh. Ugh. All it tastes is the Buckleys. It tastes like Vicks. Vapor rub. Bleh. Bleh. Yucky. It's so yucky. Blech. Bop, beep, bop, beep, boop. Oh. I know there's probably something we can watch. I gotta check. I gotta check. Because I tend to talk too much when I watch videos. Retriever. Let's see. Nope. I could have sworn there was a video back then that I was like, that sounds like an interesting watch. And then I didn't save it. Yeah, no, I can't remember what it was. I'm looking through my subscriptions and I'm like, I can't find the video that made me be like, that one. I want to watch that one. Nope, me no. Me no. Oh my god. Oh, lordy. Oh, it's expensive. Hot chocolate, really worth it. Powdered? If it's powdered, no. Powdered hot chocolate, all sucks. All of it sucks. God, I'm so behind on roll for sandwich. So behind. Daily dose of animals? I can do daily dose of internet.
These are the best videos.
I can do daily dose. You can, Where's my funny browser bot? Oh god, I burp and I taste it. Disgusting. Disgusting. I can go right here. Be right here with you guys. Do you like watching it on our funny floaty monitor? Or do you like watching it on like an actual screen? I know this worked when I was like sleeping, but like I don't know if it's an actual option. But it's there. Like okay. Heckin'. Let me I like having being on like the chill blue, but let's God. Right. Let's Let's get over to this. And then be here. Still. Because it has the filter. There you go. There. That way it's not all. Bernard, move over here. Be here now. Fuck. Stop. Stop it. Fuck. Fucker. Alright, I'm gonna stop you for a bit so we can watch videos.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
Sir.
I can't believe the other people still decided to jump out after seeing this happen.
He got... What? Bro!
This is what happens when a professional baseball player throws a snowball.
Chester wants me to try goof.
They were trying to hang up a picture. These suitcases started to pile up at this baggage claim.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They somehow managed to pull this off in a U-Haul truck. It's so cold in China that this is what happens when they open their door to let warm air in.
Oh my god.
This dog couldn't hold back his instincts. This guy was taking a nap when he started sleepwalking. These police officers in Mexico decided to show off some moves in a parade.
There we go.
This might be the crunchiest grape of all time. They decided to overinflate their swim cap.
They buried the fuck out of the scoop, man. I'm trying not to touch shit.
All these people managed to save this car from falling off a cliff.
Mexican mackerel. Oh my god.
The speaker somehow still works after being in a house fire.
And then I see this speaker and I'm like, let me turn it on.
How?
I'm starting to learn that the police
How?
in the Philippines are kind of crazy.
That's a good ass speaker, bro. Oh, that's nice.
They have their dog pray with them before they eat.
Let's go, buddy. Dear Heavenly Father, bless this food to our bodies, and thank you for serving such a...
Oh, that's
This
slippery.
waitress tripped in the most polite way possible. He was eating lunch in his car when these guys showed up.
Oh, the birdie. Oh, la cacatua. La cacatua. La cacatua. Yeah, you gonna finish that? Look at them. They're so cute. No. Stop. God. Ooh.
This deer was smart enough to wait and use the crosswalk.
He's chilling at the crosswalk.
Sir, what type of deer are
My word, the deer's crossing the crosswalk.
you?
This is insane.
Only in Nova Scotia.
Oh my god.
Well, it
This
knows.
is
It sees the
insane. He took
humans do it, so it's like, well, if I stand here, it'll let me.
It's crazy. Take a look.
Okay. Never coming back to AMC again.
How's it going, man?
He found out that his tea kettle can turn the light on and off.
What?
Okay, this is an ornament that my mom had.
Sneeze
It
my-
says, "Squeeze my cheeks and you'll get a kiss."
Oh my god. Ay, Dios.
ยาเสพปากเอาเข้ามาเปิดปากให้น้องใช้คำว่ายาเสพปากอีดอกอีจะปากออก
No, don't make him eat. He's not hungry. Good morning. Look at your teeth. You have an underbite.
These people rescued this dog using a crane.
Oh
He
my
had
god.
these workers over to do some electrical work on the house.
Oh.
And that is Yenna's video. I hope you enjoyed.
Oh my god.
And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Beverson. Oh, I've never had a Turkish delight. What is a Turkish delight? I want to know what a Turkish delight is, but we'll learn in a second. I want to watch more of this.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet.
Yes.
She put headphones on her child's head and told her it was a line detector device.
Did you write on the table in the living room?
No. I did not lie.
Like, bro, I have chops, I swear. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. A plane just crashed onto a highway. On a highway.
This plane in Florida had to make an emergency landing, but the craziest thing is that everyone managed to escape with only minor injuries.
Oh, thank god.
Go! Oh.
Never do this at home, kids.
Oh! Good job.
Yeah, I failed.
I don't like this. No. No. No.
No, no.
No.
They try to get the garbage man to throw away an entire boat for them.
I've never seen this in my life. They're throwing out a boat right into the garbage truck.
That ain't gonna fit.
This magic trick is kind of insane. This deer and dog are playing catch together.
They're besties. This is so funny.
They woke up and
Yeah.
found an entire herd of elk in their backyard.
Damn. What y'all got there? Damn, the whole crew.
Oh,
Oh damn, okay. I thought I saw something else.
Almost.
Just please don't hit us in the head.
Dad decided to buy his daughter a little motorcycle for her birthday.
Hit him.
Is your daughter a fucking cat? Oh! Ay, Dios.
Rider down! Rider down!
Why did the chicken cross the road? You don't know?
I don't know.
Because he wanted more chicken.
This impatient driver thought that this guy was going too slow.
Oh no. No! Stop!
That's what you get. That's what you get.
She noticed that her dog will sit no matter what she says.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Flesh-eating virus. $5 footlong. Imitation crab.
I think her newborn baby is a little shocked.
This man looks like shocked.
Ew.
Look at this carrot.
Ew.
It's a stretchy carrot.
That's an ugly fucking baby.
Whoa.
Oh, he's a seal.
That was nice.
Didn't know they let artificial suns on the road. Oh my god.
Everyone knows about dogs attacking delivery people, but what about cows?
I do not get paid for this. Look at this shit. Don't bust the move, gang.
Straight racist. That's watching this. Oh, there's always together.
Oh, what are you doing?
Something tells me he's done this a few times before.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Look at this.
I've seen these. These look so cool. I want these.
And it takes us to
She found someone sleeping in a planter.
I want the little scooter luggages. They look so cool. I've seen people zooming in those in the airport, and I've wanted one so badly. Cause I'd be like, yo, fucking unload my carry-on and then just go zoom. Just zoom to my gate. Don't gotta walk, no nothing. That's fucking ball. That's baller as fuck. Let's go.
So why does this door fart every time it closes? This dog randomly got the zoomies.
The dog, the bulldog. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This deer walked into the school and started eating everyone's assignments.
Oh my god.
Bro, if this thing comes over here, I'm gonna be. Oh my god.
These police officers in Brazil dressed up like Power Rangers and started making arrests.
Oh my fuck.
This poor cat doesn't know how to drink water.
Of course it's an orange cat.
This guy noticed that this postal worker got locked in their own truck. The police used a grappling device to stop the stolen vehicle.
Ooh.
Hey. Hey. What are you doing, cute girl?
That is the end of this video. Just a heads
that
up,
was
I do have a
short.
gaming channel where I show funny and weird gaming clips in the same exact daily dose of internet format, so if that sounds
Oh. Grapplers.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. All of these self-driving cars got confused and blocked the road.
Causing a traffic jam. Do they just like...
I don't know. I just pulled out of the garage and I saw this going on. It's like this Waymo standoff.
Я вот сюда лечу. Я прошу прощения.
Oh my god. That's why you're not supposed to touch anything. Ah.
Mama, say mama's name. Did you get that?
Disappointed.
This mom saved this baby from this fight.
Fucking hate monkeys. Yap and Bob game, yep.
They
It's a
realized that they
VTuber.
fed the zebras when they were specifically told not to.
Do not feed the zebras! Do not feed the zebras! It says don't feed the zebras! Sally! Go away! Oh my god!
Oh.
These people found a giant sunfish in South Africa.
Oh, fuck sunfish, bro.
Here's a super satisfying way to clean up leaves.
Beautiful.
Very
Beautiful.
cool.
The ramp at this airport was too icy and slippery.
Choosing to fly with us today. Our entire United team is here to ensure that you do have a great flight. Full service is our passion. Safety is our top priority. So please sit down and pay attention.
This hospital is so big that they're allowing doctors to use bikes to get around.
Did somebody call a midwife? Alright, I'll check at the next station. Oh!
Oh my god! Where's Runaway? Where's Runaway? Where's Runaway? Where's Runaway? I want him to have one of these little things. Where's Runaway? If I had a nickel for every pink thing that hates sunfish, I'd have 2 nickels. Sunfish suck. Fine, I'll jump on a Discord call then. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I gotta take that off. Stop. No, wrong. There. There. Bah. I don't really want to be in a Discord call, though. Never mind, then.
Doctors to use bikes to get around.
Did somebody call a midwife?
I want him to have one of those little bike thingies.
Alright, I'll check at the next station.
Rebirth has been really good. Clementine. 3. Oh!
Other day, and I just reopened it, trying to get
I
this.
love
bike out of here.
clementines. I can eat so many. What happened? Oh! Oh! Oh, a kitty?
These two cars are mirroring each other perfectly.
Oh.
Look
at this dog. Did you steal something in your dad's truck?
Wrong way, Caper.
This mailman was afraid of these ducks and was too scared to move.
Nothing, I just delivered your mail.
Oh, okay. Hey, those dogs are crazy. I'm so sorry for the way they act. They're
I'm
crazy.
up here terrified of the dog's not bothering me.
Oh my god. Okay.
The ducks.
Get it, girl, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Yep, there we go, there we go. Get it, girl, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it.
What kind of magic? Hi.
Am I cooked? Look at this 100 that I accepted from someone. I'm so stupid. So stupid. Bro,
That
she
shit
gave
cute.
this to me with full confidence. I was like, okay.
The she-wolf state.
So I guess unloading apples is super
Fucking
satisfying.
cooked, dumbass. Supposed to look at a hundo before you accept it. Apple. Apple.
So I'm pretty sure that parrots just have ADHD. This guy found some moss dangling from a tree.
I would not have touched that.
I think there's something wrong with this cat.
Like, compared to his sister.
Wow.
Look at me.
Yeah, at least Tigger made up with the
He managed to fall asleep while biting his sock.
He fell asleep in the middle of biting his sock.
He fell asleep in the middle of biting his sock. He fell asleep in the middle of biting his sock.
Okay, alright, that's good.
Okay. Oh my god.
Пойдемте посмотрим.
Я обожаю такие дела.
Дань, когда мы лезем куда-то, лезем молча. А теперь... Хороший тамадай, конкурс веселый.
Good job. Bring a possum
That
in
is
for.
in this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
I think the one that Runaway looks at, I think it's like unusual memes. Yeah. What? My god. Stop! Oh wait, I'm clicking the wrong thing. I'm like, why is it not fucking... Is that a burger? Have you ever heard of the truck decapitation bridge? Do I want to?
Okay, let me try this.
Oh! $11.8 Brit.
He will.
You want Matt Rose? Who the fuck's Matt Rose? Why should I care? Oh my god. Ah! Aye!
Need the lights to be turned off.
This shit done fell on my head so many times, it just won't stay up. I'd be in the trunk.
Aye.
God, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Oh my God, my daughter loves you. Why are you stealing, Justin?
Are you for real?
No, that's not Pharrell. That's Justin Bieber.
What? Oh my god.
Is that better?
Aye. Nena.
Hi, I'm Haley.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you for Mayhem.
Hi.
Damn, that's a nice fish, bro.
Oh my god. Ugh. Oh my! What are you doing? I don't like this. I don't like this. What are you trying to do? No.
You ready? Full extension.
Ay.
Do it. Do it. We all say do it, bro.
Do it.
Ah. Oh, he eating all the little
Understand what
seed.
you're asking, who you're talking to? Do you understand who you're talking to right now? Like,
oh my god. What are we doing here?
Dale, Lautaro.
I don't like this. I don't like this. No me gusta. Ay. Dale, coño. That was the Wii Sports music, yeah. You can't grab that. You got little hands. You can't grab that. Ay, Dios. No, ese va. Ay, no. Would you have a pet raccoon if they were fully domesticated? I don't know. I almost had one when I was younger. Because I had found a baby raccoon and it was following me. But I don't know if I'd have one. What is...
Erling Haaland. Haaland.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Is that true?
Ay, Dios.
¿Estás? ¿Willst du es nochmal machen?
You drinking? Nice one. Ay.
So you ready for this? Yep. All right, you gonna count down?
No,
1, 2,
stop.
3.
Ah! Is it stuck?
It's in there.
How we gonna get it out now?
Oh, I don't know. We didn't even look at that part. What's next? Bro, it's in there. I don't know what the... Okay. All right. When ready, increase
didn't read the instructions?
I don't know. I didn't exit the...
I got a gun hanging out of my neck.
Hold on. Then release the... Exit the...
Yo, bro!
we didn't do that. Oh, you got an ear piercing. Hey! Let me see. Show them.
It's in the wrong place! No, it's in the bottom of my shit.
No, it's in
Who
there.
pierces an ear like that?
Traen los tubos, güey. No se guachones, traen los tubos.
What are you doing?
No mames, güey.
Oh my god. Assholes. cat's too fat. Very unhealthy to have a cat that fat. He needs to go on a diet and not be so fat. What the fuck? Okay. Ay! God. These people be at Walmart at fucking 10 o'clock. People want to go fucking home. No. Okay. Oh. What's going on here? Are we sanding the biscuits?
Oh shit!
The Vaseline! Hi! Yeah? Yeah?
Motion dan. Meer kaak.
你看这个猫，有穿那个性感小裤衩，踩着豹纹的。
What the fuck? Wait, what? What the? What the fuck went down? What? I'm so confused. Damn. A phone? Fucking maybe? I don't know. Ow.
Set me an alarm for 5 o'clock, cause I gotta go to bingo tonight.
The giant horse conch.
วันนี้ไม่พังไม่กลับนะดูก่อนนะไม่ง่ายนะเว้ยลุยเลยพี่เงียบให้เขาตั้งใจหน่อยไปแล้วนะระวังวิ่งไป
Te deseamos.
No. Okay.
It's just empty now. Why is there no one walking in this area anymore? Like, I feel like when you go around corners, they just plop.
Ew. Stop! Get out of the Walmart! I can't with y'all making these people's life hard.
I'm just checking the pear deck here, and I don't see any new questions, so if anybody wants to...
No. You dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch. They might take Pierce's gooch. God. I'm so. What just happened?
You dumb bitch.
Dropped your pizza. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Ahora. Dale.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, boys, here goes help.
They come out soaking wet. Like, whoa, what you doing, Puff? Oh, thanks for this bitch.
What? Down already. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
Come on!
I've seen this. Ramen noodles. What? What? Oh, I see what they're trying to do. Okay. Some fake ass Adidas.
You wanna move? I should have watched this. Hey, who registered this?
You wanna move? You come over here.
Nah, fuck all that. Listen,
Sabrina, come
I'm already here, so let me get 10 on pump.
Sabrina, get in here.
Yeah, 10 on pump 12. 2 of the quick picks. Hey, where y'all going? Ain't nothing but a little damn rain.
Yeah, it's fine. You need to come in here.
Let me get a number 24.
Oh, hang down. They got ice cream. There's a plane. Okay, after this I want to watch the Turkish Delight one. Oh. What are you doing? Good job. Oh!
Those who don't have food to eat, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh God, I hate that. That.
Да, больно
No.
или нет, может быть, пациент не может до конца.
Okay. What are you doing? Why are your feet on the chicken?
Oh my God, you're pregnant. Oh my God.
I made a bunch of chili dogs, man. Look, man. You get it.
You're gonna drop the chicken. You're gonna. Okay. What is that for? Oh! Yeah?
on. Santa!
Ahí viene mi novia.
Hey, God. Bruh. What's going on here? What are y'all doing?
Okay. I'll have to research this.
Was it a liquid?
I put some methanol in there.
Take your shoes off.
I should have been in the Olympics with this guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
Oh, shit.
Get off the table! I...
Garfield, you ate all my lasagne.
Oh! Ow! They're... Oh. Well. Velvet.
On your to-do list, from most important to least important. When designing your time management system, make sure...
Let me tell you your problem. The rotator right there is a little fucked up, and that bitch is stripped. Keep your shit off my... Help me!
Here is my cheese and egg white bread. It was bubbling, so we'll...
That's your girl named Ashley?
Yeah.
Bro, she cheating on you.
With who?
With a dude named Chris.
Chris?
He came today and hugged her and kissed her in front of me, bro. What the... Dang, hold on, not the muffin!
Грязновато немножко, но все же влажность, чистота. Ой!
Essa desgraça não vai sair da frente, não? Vamos mais lá.
آخه این چرا اینجوری شد؟ چرا آب شده این؟ چرا اینجوری شد؟
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Howdy, y'all. I'm on the beach in Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah? Is that like a funeral? What? Okay, it was like... Okay. Then he moved. Okay, never mind. Halloween, yeah.
As a kid, I remember first hearing about Turkish Delight in the Chronicles of Narnia, and I had no idea what it was, but I was intrigued. What exactly was Turkish Delight, and why was the character Edmund willing to sell out his siblings for it? Well, to answer that, I will be making an 1884 recipe for Turkish Delight from the Ottoman Empire. So thank you to Our Place for sponsoring this video as I attempt Ottoman Turkish delight.
Wait,
this
did he...
So that I will be making an... Why was the character Edmund willing to sell out his siblings for it? Well, to answer that, I will be making an 1884 recipe for Turkish delight from the Ottoman
these, but I've just never bought them.
So thank you to Our Place for sponsoring
like.
this video as I attempt Ottoman Turkish delight. This time on Tasting History.
Really tasty, not sticky jello? Oh.
So in the novel The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, the Queen of Narnia asks young Edmund what he would like to eat, and he replies,
Turkish delight.
Now, considering the book takes place around World War II when sugar was highly rationed in Britain, it's no wonder that Edmund wanted what essentially is a little lump of sugar covered in powdered sugar. So, the Queen, with her evil magical abilities, conjures up a box of Turkish delight, several pounds of the best Turkish delight. Each piece was sweet and light to the very center. Unfortunately, I have no evil magical powers that I am aware of, so instead of conjuring up the Turkish delight, I'll have to make it the old-fashioned way. And I mean really old-fashioned because I'm going to be using one of the very earliest recipes for this dish, which comes from 1844. Now, of course, it is an Ottoman recipe, so it wasn't called Turkish delight. Rather, it was called rahatul hulkul, which means soothing to the throat. And it's possible that it actually descended from a medicine before becoming a confection served at the Sultan's court. Now, for many years, these recipes served at the palace were kept highly secret, but in 1844, Mehmed Kamil spilled the beans in one of the earliest Ottoman cookbooks. Now, his recipe is quite long, so I'll just give you the highlights. It says, take 1 kg of the finest sugar and prepare a syrup with 3 kg of water in a tinned pan. Take 75 dirhem of the finest pounded starch and slowly stir into the syrup. It must be stirred constantly so that it does not form lumps or stick to the bottom of the pan. Then blend 35 dirhem of rose water with a grain of musk, and after adding to the mixture, stir a few more times before removing from the heat. Oil a tray with almond oil and pour in the cooked mixture. When cool, cut into pieces of the desired size and toss into a mixture consisting half of sieved starch and half of powdered sugar, and stir until they do not stick together. It will be delicious. So that original recipe is huge. It calls for what amounts to 160 cups of sugar. So I'm going to cut this way, way back. So for that, what you'll need is 3.5 cups or 700 grams of white sugar, 1.5 cups or 350 milliliters of water, 3/4 of a teaspoon or about 3.5 grams of citric acid. Now the recipe doesn't call for citric acid, and technically you don't have to use it, but unless you are working with sugar on a daily basis, you're very likely to get a lot of crystals when melting the sugar. A little citric acid or the same amount of cream of tartar will stop that, and it won't affect the flavor. Then 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons or 140 grams of wheat or cornstarch, another quart or liter of water, 1 tablespoon of rose water, and an 1/8 teaspoon of musk. Let's talk about musk. Now, at the time that this recipe was written, musk would have come from the musk deer. It was a gland and would come in what was called a grain. Today, it is very rarely used for food, except for a few candies, mostly popular in Australia. And usually today, it's just used in perfumes. And so when you do get culinary musk, which is hard to find, it usually doesn't come in a grain. It comes in a liquid like this, and it's very, very strong. So I'm not entirely sure how much to use. I'm going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon, but we shall see. Finding this is very hard. It has taken me a long time to find culinary musk. I will put a link in the description to where you can find it if you want, just to see what it tastes like. It kind of smells and tastes like, I think, clean laundry. It has like this clean, powdery flavor, and it's really quite nice. So I'm curious how that's going to mix with the rose water. Now, if you don't want to use that,
I can find rose water in my grocery store.
If you don't want to use rose water, that's fine too, because you can actually flavor this with a lot of other things. Even at that time, they would use almond or orange blossom water, pistachio, all sorts of different things. Vanilla even today is often used, so use whatever you like. Now, even though we're making a much smaller quantity than the original recipe calls for, it is still going to behoove you to use a large pot, like this one that I got from today's sponsor, Our Place. This pot is part of Our Place's Titanium Pro line of cookware, and these are the perfect gift for the 10 for 10% off.
Now,
with your pot in hand,
yes,
we can get to cooking.
Okay.
So start by whisking the citric acid into the sugar, then add the 1.5 cups of water and stir until the sugar is pretty well dissolved.
Yes.
Then you want to attach a candy thermometer. Now, can you do this without a thermometer? Yes, you can, but I wouldn't suggest it. The original recipe from 1844 says that you can tell when it's ready by taking a little bit of the sugar and dropping it on some granulated sugar, and then if it gathers into a ball and the sugar is unaffected, then it is ready. This likely describes the firm ball stage, which is at around 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and like I said, you can do this without a thermometer, but not if you don't do this very often, so use a thermometer if you can. So set the pot over a medium heat and stirring throughout, bring it to a gentle simmer. Then leave it to slowly heat up to 250 degrees Fahrenheit or 122 degrees Celsius. This can take about a half an hour and you don't want to rush it. You'll notice that around 220 degrees Fahrenheit, the temperature just stops going up, but I assure you, once the water has evaporated off, it will start rising again, and when it does, it'll go a lot quicker, so you want to keep an eye on it. Now, while you're waiting for the temperature to rise, you want to make a slurry with the starch. You want to just add it little by little to the water and whisk it in until there are no lumps. And it really helps if you sift it in. Then, once the sugar hits 250 degrees Fahrenheit, take it off the heat and slowly add in the starch mixture, all the while whisking until finally you have added it all, and then you can return it to the heat. This time you want to go with a pretty low heat, and you want to keep stirring until it becomes rather gelatinous and any clumps of starch have melted away. Then, according to most old descriptions, you have to stir this constantly for the next 2 to 3 hours. In fact, a lot of the old ways of making this, 2 people would be there and they would take turns stirring as one person got tired. But since we're making a smaller amount, I've found as long as you stir it every couple of minutes, you should be fine. You just want to make sure that nothing is getting stuck to the bottom or in the corners of the pot that might burn. But even with this smaller amount, it is still going to take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to cook. It's going to start off as a thick, white, gloopy gunk that'll be gurgling like lava, but eventually it will turn sort of an amber-colored gunk. And at that point, you can take it off the heat and add your flavoring. Mine is the rose water and the musk, as well as some food coloring. I'm adding about a dozen drops of red. Then stir all of that in, and then we're going to pour it into a dish. Now, the original recipe says to use almond oil to rub into the dish, and that is what I used, but really you can use any neutral oil. It'll all work about the same. Also, if you are worried about it coming out, you can put down some plastic wrap and it will definitely come out. I did that just because you're going to do a lot of work and you want to make sure it comes out. Also, the dish that I used was 11 by 7 inches, which is perfect for this amount. It leaves you about an inch deep Turkish delight. Then you need to let it cool completely, preferably overnight, but at least 5 hours, which gives you plenty of time to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and check out the Tasting History newsletter over at tastinghistory.com, and I'll have plenty of time to tell you about the history of Turkish delight.
Yeah.
So to begin, if you are interested in Turkish desserts in general, then I suggest this book, Sherbet and Spice by Mary Ishin. It is absolutely wonderful. She does deep dives into a lot of different Turkish desserts, including the one that we're making today, some
There's
Turkish
a Sylvian
delight.
plush
Now,
over there.
when it comes to the origins of Turkish delight, just like the recipes, they are kind of shrouded in mystery, especially early on. But many theories point to its origin as a medicine. In the 15th century, there are references to something called lohuk being produced all over the Middle East and the Levant. And this referred to an array of medicines which were mixed with sugar and flavorings like rose water and orange water to mask any unpleasant medicinal taste. It is believed that eventually they removed the medicine but left the sugar and the flavoring, and that became many of what would be different Ottoman desserts. Kind of a vague story, but it's something at least. Another theory is that the dish evolved from a simple starch pudding called pelta, which was popular in the Balkans and probably originated in a different form all the way over in Persia. One story claims that in the early 17th century, the scholar, poet, and gourmand Nevizad Atay wished to make an elevated version of the dish to be served at the Sultan's palace. To the usual wheat starch that was used to thicken the pudding, he added some sugar and rose water, and then he stirred it for 3 hours. And it was that process that led
Honestly,
to
probably.
Ratutul or Turkish delight.
That would also solve the color.
Again, like many food origin stories, there
Ayo.
aren't a lot of documents to back this up, but it's a good story. And it is known that confections of this type were considered specialties of the palace around this period, so much so that by the 18th century, there were efforts to actually forbid its sale to anyone outside of the palace. A slightly more documented, or at least more repeated, origin story for the dessert comes from the 18th century confectioner Hacı Bekir Efendi. The company that he started, which is still in business today, claims that the current version of Turkish Delight was invented in 1777 after he opened his shop in Istanbul. Now, sometimes the story said that he used beet sugar, which was new at the time, and sometimes it says that he used honey. Sometimes it was thickened with cornstarch or wheat starch or other kinds of flour. So it's not entirely clear, but what is clear is that by the 19th century, the version that the company was making is what we would now call lokum, or the Turks would call lokum, or Turkish Delight today. And it was his recipe that ended up becoming very popular at the Sultan's palace. Sultan Mahmud II was said to have been partial specifically to his rose, orange, and pistachio flavored variety, and thought so highly of it that he named Bekir Effendi the chief confectioner to the palace. And around this time, there is a controversy that develops about the origin of the dessert because the Greeks often claim that it was actually invented in the Cyclades Islands. Now, it's impossible to prove that it wasn't created there, but it's more likely that it actually came with refugees from the Isle of Chios. See, during the Greek War for Independence in the 1820s, there was a horrible massacre on the island, which was at the time controlled by the Ottomans. And a number of survivors found refuge on the Isle of Syros in the Cyclades. And shortly after that, in 1832, the island did have several producers of the confection known in Greece as lukumi. And it typically featured mastic as a flavor which would have come from the Isle of Chios. Again, there's not a lot of written evidence to back up any of the story, but there is a lot of oral tradition and the timeline definitely lines up. But even though it might have been there, available in the Cyclades, it definitely wasn't popular throughout Greece at the time, since at that time, Friedrich Unger, chief confectioner to King Otto I of Greece, was unfamiliar with it, since when he visited Istanbul in 1838, he wrote of the mysterious Rahatul Çulkum. And he really gives the earliest European descriptions of what we would call Turkish Delight and actually how it was made. And around this time, other Europeans and Americans were visiting Istanbul and wrote about this rather unique confection. When an American naval physician, James Decay, visited the Ottoman Empire in the early 1830s, he was actually rather unimpressed with most of the confections that they had, saying that the sweets of America were just as good, if not better. But there was one that he was impressed with. A delicious pasty mass which melts away in the mouth and leaves a fragrant flavor behind. It is, as we are informed, made by mixing honey with the inspissated juice of the fresh grape, and the Turks, who esteem it highly, call it rahat lokum, or repose to the throat, a picturesque name to which it seems fairly entitled. Another traveler, the Marchioness of Londonderry, was less impressed with it, though she was actually unwilling to even try it. Presents are sent of baskets of confectionery called lumps of delight, which I never had the courage to taste. Neither could I, during my stay at Constantinople, summon resolution to try a Turkish bath, which, from the description I had of it, seems by no means inviting. Don't be that kind of traveler. Try things when you are in a different place. Also, I love that whoever told her about this clearly knew that she couldn't handle the Turkish word for it, so they called them lumps of delight. And that's actually the name that stuck. See, other British travelers who visited Istanbul and were impressed with the dessert usually called it lumps of delight when they brought it back to England. In fact, it appears in Charles Dickens' last and unfinished novel, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. In it, the character Edwin asks the whimsical character of Rosa Budd, "Which way shall we take, Rosa?" Rosa replies, I want to go to the Lumps of Delight shop. To the, a Turkish sweet meat, sir. Rosa makes her purchase, and after offering some to him, which he rather indignantly declines, begins to partake of it with great zest, previously taking off and rolling up a pair of little pink gloves like rose leaves and occasionally putting her little pink fingers to her rosy lips to cleanse them from the dust of delight that comes off the lumps. That would be the copious amounts of starch and powdered sugar that encases each lump of delight or Turkish delight. Also, fun fact, one of my favorite musicals of all time is The Mystery of Edwin Drood, which, since the novel was unfinished, so too kind of is the musical. It actually has multiple endings, and then the audience usually gets to vote as to which ending they want to see, either basically who the murderer was. It's kind of like the movie Clue in a way. But what's cool, interesting rather, is that the person who wrote that musical was Rupert Holmes, who is actually more known for writing the song Escape, that is, if you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. Who knew the guy also wrote musical theater? Anyway, as much as Rupert Holmes seemed to enjoy pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, the people of 19th century Britain loved Lumps of Delight, which by the end of the 19th century they were calling Turkish Delight. Unfortunately, it was rare and very costly because it had to be imported all the way from the Ottoman Empire, and so it's no wonder that the confectioners of England and France and Germany and other places tried to make it themselves, but rather unsuccessfully. See, there were descriptions written of the process, but in a time before the internet, they just didn't seem to spread very well, and so you end up seeing recipes like this one from 1897 that says Turkish Delight. To make it, break 1 ounce of sheet gelatin into pieces, then soak in half a cup of cold water for 2 hours. In 19th century Britain, gelatin was used in a lot of things, even when it wasn't correctly used, because there is no gelatin in Turkish Delight, or at least there shouldn't be, because when you add gelatin, which sometimes is still added today when it's made outside of Turkey and Greece, it becomes really, really chewy and doesn't melt in the mouth like it's supposed to. But because it was cheaper to make it there in England, this Turkish Delight ended up becoming almost all that most people could find. And in 1888, there was actually a lawsuit about the counterfeit Turkish Delight being sold. And in the court transcripts, the presiding judge expressed himself painfully surprised on learning that Turkish Delight does not come from Turkey. And indeed, it is something of a shock to ourselves to be told that the toothsome stuff may be and is manufactured wholesale at Page Green, Tottenham. And like the judge, we shall never again eat Turkish Delight with as much satisfaction as formerly. Turkish Delight may not even be known as Turkish in the future. Cannot your honor be induced to try the Page Green Delight? And like I said, to this day, there are still a lot of counterfeit Turkish Delights going around, so if you've tried it and you don't like it, it might be because you weren't actually getting Turkish Delight, or maybe you just don't like it. I don't know. It is a very
maybe
controversial
I shouldn't get the ones at
confection.
the store,
But
then.
what I
Probably
do
not the
know
real
is
stuff.
that if you want the real stuff, you either have to go to Turkey or Greece, or make it at home, like I have been doing for the past few hours.
I think I'd rather actually.
So once your Turkish
I'd
Delight
actually
has
rather
fully
just
cooled,
give a shot at
sprinkle
making
some
it.
cornstarch on top, and
I'd
then
rather just
turn it
probably
out
make
and
it.
sprinkle more cornstarch on the bottom. Then use a knife or some sort of cutter to cut this into bite-sized pieces, maybe a little less than an inch on each side. Then whisk together about a half cup of powdered sugar and a half cup of cornstarch in a bowl and drop in a few pieces of the Turkish Delight, covering them completely so they don't stick together. And here we are, Turkish Delight from the Ottoman Empire. There's so much powdered sugar on these things, but I'm really, really curious to try it because the smell is very interesting. I've smelled rose water before, obviously, but the
it's the
addition of
musk
that
that I'm like, I don't have that. I'm sorry, I'm not getting that.
it really has a different aroma than I'm used to. Like I said, it kind of smells like laundry, but we'll see. Anyway, I like to break them open because you get the beautiful red on the inside. Anyway, here we go. So much powdered sugar. Oh, super interesting. So yeah, the texture, we'll start with the texture. It should not be like Jell-O. If you add gelatin, it will be like that. And so many versions in the past and now today do. But it should be, yes, you have to bite it, but only really once or twice, and then it starts to dissolve in your mouth. Yeah, I actually don't mind the texture. I thought I would. The flavor, though. So a lot of people don't like rose water. So add a little musk, because the musk, it's at the same time a little bit floral, but not at all soapy, because the musk like counteracts that bit of the rose water and adds this just like clean, refreshing, boy, it's hard to explain. I know you can get musk candy from Australia online. Worth trying. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. I'm not gonna turn against my family for this like Edmund did in Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, but I would definitely eat more of this. And what's cool is you can flavor it with lots of other things. Like I said, pistachio, vanilla, orange blossom water. Some of the older flavors that you don't see anymore, like the musk, are like violet, ambergris, which you won't be finding.
No.
But yeah.
You won't be finding
I don't know.
ambergris.
It's really good. And then the powdered sugar doesn't add much to the flavor. It just, you know, I mean, it's obviously sweet, but it does help it stop from sticking, which is necessary. I don't know why I always think of this around Christmas, because it's not particularly a Christmas thing. But for me, something about it says Christmas. Maybe it's the color. I don't know. So make yourself some Turkish delight, and if you don't want to go through the trouble, then at least buy some from Turkey, because it will taste different when it's from Turkey or Greece than when it's not. And try musk if you have the gumption. And I will see you next time.
I'm willing to try culinary musk. The problem is like you just fucking said, sir, it's hard as fuck to find. Like, I'm not gonna bust my ass. Like, powdered sugar. Sugar and water, that I've got that in spades now, because I'm gonna be making peppermint patties when I'm not sick anymore. But like heckin' rose water, yeah, I can find that. That's easy in the aisle, like easy. Funny enough, I can probably find some imported Turkish delight. But like culinary musk, I ain't gonna find that. I'm not gonna find that. I could with like the fucking essence, like almond essence and like pistachio essence or freaking the extracts. You could probably make a other flavored Turkish delight with the other extract. Culinary musk searches probably just skyrocketed for the first time in a quarter century. I love how our Turkish chef ended it with, and it will be delicious. Like there is no other outcome other than pure bliss. Yeah, I'm down to make things. I love fucking making
As a kid,
things.
I remember.
But the problem is that like I need to know what the fuck I need, and I need quantities. How to eat like a medieval peasant. Why would I want to? Indian pudding. French recipe for pumpkin soup. Depression era water pie. Feeding the real Dracula. Pheasant with cherry sauce. Oh. Paprika Hendel. Ooh. Piroshki. I like piroshki. Golden pork. Mooncake. I want to try a mooncake. I want to try one. Baker's lung. Bread. Sweet potato mock eel. Oh. Has anyone ever made a sun cake? I don't think so. Because mooncakes are for Lunar New Year. That's why they're called mooncakes. Feeding the robber barons of the Gilded Age. That's just all jello. Spotted dick. What is spotted dick? Food for the conclave. The hobo stew from the Great Depression. School lunch sloppy joe. Sloppy joes were fucking good. What medieval fast food looked like. Funnel cookie. I kind of want to know. I kind of want to know about that pheasant with the cherry sauce.
Vlad Drak.
And then we're gonna wrap up for today because my voice is going, and that's probably not a good thing. But we'll watch one more video. I like Cyndaquil.
Also known as Vlad the Impaler, is most known for his peculiar form of execution, where he was said to dine at the feet of the impaled while dipping his bread in their blood. But as it turns out, Vlad may have actually been a vegetarian. So maybe it wasn't blood at all, but rather something like this 16th century Transylvanian cherry sauce, which I'll be eating with a roasted pheasant. So thank you to Alma Waterways for sponsoring this video as we dine like Vlad the Impaler. This time on Tasting History.
Yay!
So a few years ago, some researchers found 3 letters that were written by Vlad the Impaler, and they did some testing on some saliva and blood that was found on the letters, and there was a complete absence of the protein that is expected from someone who eats meat. And so probably the person who wrote those, Vlad, was, at least at the time, a vegetarian. So I ask you, would a vegetarian drink the blood of their enemies? Well, no, I don't think that they would. So maybe it was just all a misunderstanding, and he was actually just eating something like the cherry sauce that is very popular in that part of the world. It's a sour cherry sauce. Now, I couldn't find any recipes from Wallachia from the period, but since Vlad was both born in and spent a lot of time in Transylvania, I figured that I could look to the 16th century Transylvanian cookbook, which was written for the Prince of Transylvania at the time, and that does have a recipe for sour cherry sauce. Clean the sour cherry in a clean iron pot, add some wine, a bit of white bread and honey, then cook it. Pass it through a strainer into a plate and add some black pepper. But don't add clove, add cinnamon instead. Cook it together, but don't make it too thick. The hardest part is actually finding the sour cherries. I found it very difficult to find. I did find some frozen, but if you can't find any, then you can just use regular cherries. Obviously, it will taste different, but I'm sure they will still be delicious. So for this recipe, what you'll need is 1 pound or 450 grams of pitted sour cherries, 1 cup or 235 milliliters of wine. Doesn't specify what kind of wine, so I am using a sweet wine just because I think it'll taste better, and I still had some of that Tokai from Hungary left over from last week's video, so that's what I'm using. Then 1 cup or a couple good handfuls of stale white breadcrumbs. This was a very medieval way of thickening a sauce. Rather than using a roux or some cornstarch or something like that, they would thicken it with the breadcrumbs and then strain them out. And it actually works really, really well. Then a 1/4 cup or 90 grams of honey, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. So first add the cherries along with any juice that came out while pitting them into a saucepan, and then goes in the wine and the honey and the breadcrumbs. Set this over a medium heat and mix everything together and start breaking up the cherries so you can get as much juice out as possible. Let it come to a simmer and simmer for about 20 minutes, giving it an occasional stir. After about 20 minutes, mash the cherries with a masher. Once well simmered, put the cherries with all of the liquid into a strainer and press through as much sauce as possible. And it helps to use a wide mesh strainer for this, as the sauce is already rather thick at this point. Now today, most cherry sauces from this region have you leave the cherries in the sauce, more like a compote, but this recipe does say to strain it. But there's still a lot of flavor in those cherries, so save them because we're going to use them to stuff our pheasant. As for the sauce, you can go ahead and add the cinnamon and the pepper and stir them in.
Yum,
Also,
yum.
the recipe says that it shouldn't be too thick, so again, at any time, feel free to add more wine. Then put the sauce back in the saucepan and heat it just enough so it's steaming. And at this point, you want to give it a taste, and should it be a little sweeter, you can add more honey, and if you want more spice, add more pepper or cinnamon. And let it cook on low for about 5 minutes or just until it starts to thicken. You just want it thick enough that it leaves a trail at the bottom of the pan when you run a spatula through it. Now this sauce can really be served with any meat. I bet it would be really good with pork, but the Transylvanian cookbook does say to serve it with...
Why did Jester try to call me? Why did Jester try to call me? Why did he try to call?
Gosling, which is a baby goose, and that's going to be really hard to find even at a specialty butcher. So I would say just use any fowl, whether it is a full-size goose or a duck, or chicken, game hen, or a pheasant. And that's what I am using because I had one in my freezer, as one does. So to cook that, set the bird in the dish and then rub it down with a couple teaspoons of salt, putting a little inside the cavity as well, and then use those leftover cooked cherries and stuff them inside of the bird. Then you can truss the legs with a bit of string and coat the pheasant in some olive oil or clarified butter, about a tablespoon.
Hi,
Pheasant
bud.
is
How you
notoriously
doing?
lean, so adding a little fat is
I'm
going to be a
still
necessity.
sick.
Then chop an
We're
onion
watching-
into eighths
we're
and
watching
set the pieces
cooking
all around the
history.
pheasant for a little added flavor.
My-
but really,
my
the
throat
star of the show
hurts,
should
but
be
I'm
the
still
sour
here.
cherry
Hello.
sauce, so don't
How's
add too many
Christmas?
other flavors. Other than the onions, the only things I'd add are maybe a little more salt and pepper. Then once the bird is prepped,
How's
set it in the
Christmas?
oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit,
I wish he made
230
a
Celsius
dog.
for 15 minutes, and then reduce the temperature to 350 Fahrenheit,
getting
175
my shit
Celsius,
rocked.
and cook it for
Hell
another
yeah.
25 to 30 minutes or until it reaches an...
Why is he... What? Why is he doing that? Why is he calling and then hanging up? I'm gonna call him now. I'm gonna call you, Mr. Calling Me. Hello? Do you keep butt dialing me? Why did he hang up? Why did he hang up? He hung up on me. He said low and then it hung up. What happened? How dare they? Sickies love soup. I've had way too much. I was gonna ask, how are you eating dinner tonight? I tried eating and then I gagged. Maybe the Nokia cartel finally. I hope you get a soup bread bowl. I feel like I wouldn't want the soup. I feel like I'd probably just want the bread bowl. Cause I'm big hungry and want to figure out food. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but so are you gonna get yourself something? I'm gonna let him keep cooking his bird.
Internal temperature of 155 degrees Fahrenheit, 70 degrees Celsius. Then take it out of the oven and let it rest for at least 10 minutes before serving it. So one reason I wanted to make this video now is because when this video releases, I will actually be in a place that Vlad the Impaler spent well over a decade, Budapest, Hungary. Now, he was a prisoner there for most of that time, but still, he was there. Now, while I'm there, I am not going to be a prisoner, but rather I am going to be leading a river cruise down the Danube, and Budapest is the last stop. I'm leading it with a bunch of fans, and the cruise line is AMA Waterways, today's sponsor. AMA Waterways is a wonderful way to see the world because unlike a huge cruise ship, the river boats are much smaller, more intimate with fewer passengers and a lot more culture. You essentially unpack once and then you can see multiple cities, and at each stop they teach you about the food, the history, the art, the music, the architecture, everything to do with that location. And that's why I chose to partner with them, because not only do they provide a luxurious experience, but an educational experience, and that's what I'm all about. And in addition to multiple European rivers and the Nile, AMA Waterways now offers African safari cruises, trips up the Mekong in Vietnam and Cambodia, and their latest itinerary is the Magdalena River in Colombia. And it is a place with a lot of wonderful cuisine that I would love to visit. So my question to you is, since I have fallen in love with AMA Waterways, if I was to lead another river cruise,
and he's
where
like, do you want me to get you some nugs or something?
You can let me know in the comments as we learn a bit more about the Impaler himself.
I can try. I think there's something just up with his
Wallachia.
phone. He's gonna try to get me
Vlad
some
Dracula
nugs,
was
and
born
maybe
in
that will
late
help, because
1431 in
I couldn't really
Transylvania.
stomach the soup.
He was the son of Vlad II, a
That is
knight
a
of the
horrible
Order of the
picture.
Dragon, which in Old Romanian was Dracul, and so his son was known as the son of the dragon, or Dracula. Today, the word actually means devil, partly because of the association with Vlad. Now, when Dracula was still a young boy, his father became ruler of Wallachia. Sometimes you'll hear it pronounced Wallachia. It is a region that was sandwiched between the Christian kingdom of Hungary and the Muslim Ottoman Empire. It was a very dangerous place to be in charge of because both of the big powers on either side really demanded loyalty, and so Vlad II had trouble kind of navigating that. He tried to stay neutral, but it did not work. In 1442, the Hungarians actually ousted him from power, and so Vlad II traveled to the Ottoman Empire to ask for help in regaining his throne, which they said that they would do, but in exchange he had to leave 2 hostages, and that would be the younger Vlad, future Impaler, and his little brother, Radu. Now, Vlad and Radu spent the next several years living at the Sultan's court. Radu, who was enthusiastic about his new life, was known to be charming and so handsome that later on he would become known as Radu the Handsome. Vlad, on the other hand, he did not fit in so well. He was surly and disobedient and spent most of his time being harshly disciplined. But while he was there, he got a very good classical education, and he learned how to speak Turkish with an Ottoman accent, which would serve him well later in life. Now, back in Wallachia, Vlad II was doing okay until 1447, when the Hungarians, specifically the voivode or governor of Transylvania, János or John Hunyadi, backed many of the Wallachian nobles in an uprising that killed both Vlad II and his eldest son. And then they placed a pretender on the throne. His name was also Vlad, so I'll just call him the Pretender for simplicity's sake. This left the younger Vlad, who was still at the Ottoman court, the rightful heir to the Wallachian throne. And even though he had not been the best hostage, the Sultan agreed to help him regain that throne, and he sent up an army, and they displaced the Pretender and put him on the throne for the first time. Unfortunately, the army didn't stick around, so after just a couple of months, the Hungarians came back and kicked Vlad off the throne and put the Pretender back on, and so Vlad had to escape first to the Ottoman Empire and then to Moldova, where he lived with his uncle who ruled there. A few years later, his uncle was assassinated. This was a really rough time to be alive, and so Vlad fled again, this time with his cousin, Prince Stephen, and they ended up in Transylvania and came under the protection of none other than John Hunyadi, the man who had been involved in his father and elder brother's murders. So you can see why Vlad was an angry young man. But either he didn't actually hold John Hunyadi responsible, or more likely, he just figured it was a small price to pay in order to regain his throne, because by this time, Hunyadi had become tired of the Pretender. They were starting to fight, and so he agreed to put Vlad back on the throne, provided Vlad act as a barrier, a defense, should the Ottomans decide to invade, and they would. So in 1456, with the help of John Hunyadi, they invaded, they killed the pretender, and Vlad was restored to the throne his second time on it. And this time, he was determined to get revenge on those nobles who had killed his father. Yes, it was finally time to start the impaling. See, shortly after Vlad regained his throne, John Hunyadi died, and so there was nobody to hold Vlad back from doing the worst, showing his true colors, and so he did, and they were not pretty colors. And on Easter of 1457, he invited all of the nobles, along with their families, to a big feast. Then he asked the assembled noblemen, "How many princes have you known?" The latter answered, each as much as he knew best. One believed that there had been 30, another 20. Dracula said, "Tell me, how do you explain the fact that you have had so many princes in your land?" "The guilt is entirely due to your shameful intrigues." Then he had all who were present, men, women, and children, arrested, and some he sent into slavery to build his castle, and the others he impaled there on the spot. Not very lovely, but Vlad seemed to enjoy it because he kind of went on an impaling spree over the next few years. He would often target petty criminals or women who he deemed unchaste, and lots of other people who probably just didn't really deserve to have it done to them, not that anyone does. But the thing is, a lot of the stories from this period come from German Saxons, and those were actually the people who were the nobles who he had killed off. So maybe they had an agenda, so it's hard to decipher what's true and what's not. But there is definitely some fact behind the stories. One pamphlet that was circulated in German was entitled "The Frightening and Truly Extraordinary Story of a Wicked, Blood-Drinking Tyrant Called Prince Dracula." And then one of the most popular stories that went around had to do with the sacking of the Transylvanian city of Brasov, where in 1459 Vlad gathered up all of the citizens of all ages, 30,000 by many accounts, and had them all impaled on spikes, and as they died, he ordered a table to be set in the center, at which he ate a meal where he dipped his bread in the blood of his victims. Another story is about how Vlad decided to rid his land of poverty, but the way that he did it was to invite all of the beggars of Wallachia to a feast. And then they had the feast in a great hall, but once everyone had eaten, he locked the doors and set the hall on fire. But like I said, it's really hard to know what stories are true and what aren't, what is embellished and what isn't, so we just kind of have to deal with the cards that we were dealt by the chroniclers and poets of the time. Some stories definitely sound maybe a little bit false because the same exact story is told about like two different people. Like there's one story about two Genoese ambassadors coming to his court, and they refused to remove their skull caps. Well, Vlad asked them why not, and they said that it was their custom. They did not remove them no matter who they were meeting with, whether it was the Pope or the Sultan or Vlad. And Vlad said, "Oh, okay, well, let me help you with your custom." And then he proceeded to have the caps nailed to their heads, killing them. The thing is, the exact same story is actually told from an Ottoman perspective about two Ottoman ambassadors, but it was turbans that were nailed to their heads. And that actually has, I think, a little bit more credence to it, simply because he was at war with the Ottomans. See, after the Ottomans attacked cities under Hungarian control, Vlad did as he promised and defended the land, and he actually did very well. Battle after battle, he won, often with very poor odds, much smaller armies, and it was usually through either guerrilla tactics or through gathering information, because since he knew how to speak the language with an Ottoman accent and knew a lot of their customs, he would often be able to just walk into Ottoman cities or even Ottoman military camps and gain information from people. Then he would go from city to city and military camp to military camp, slaughtering every Turk that he could find. And it seems that he was rather proud of this because he wrote about it in a letter to the King of Hungary at the time, Matthias Corvinus. I have killed peasant men and women, young and old, who lived at Oblusica and Novoselo, where the Danube flows into the sea. We killed 23,884 Turks without counting those who we burned in homes, or the Turks whose heads were cut by our soldiers. Thus, Your Highness, you must know, I have broken the peace. Perhaps the most famous story from this period is actually when the Sultan, Mehmed II, he entered the city of Târgoviste, and there he found a forest of his soldiers impaled. The Sultan's army entered into the area of the impalements, which was 17 stades long and 7 stades wide.
I can't replicate it with my
There were large stakes
mouth.
there on which, as it was said, about 20,000 men, women, and children
Like a
had
bird.
been spitted. There were infants, too, affixed to their mothers on the stakes, and birds had made their nests in their entrails. Now, the Ottoman soldiers were horrified, but the Sultan seems to have been somewhat impressed, saying it was not possible to deprive of his country a man who had done such great deeds, who had such a diabolical understanding of how to govern his realm and its people. A man who had done such things was worth much. Of course, he was determined still to deprive the country of this man, and he did so. He ended up taking the capital and placing Vlad's younger brother, Radu the Handsome, on the throne. And Vlad actually escaped and went north for help. But he did not receive help. Rather, he ended up in the Kingdom of Hungary to ask Matthias Corvinus to help him, and instead, Corvinus threw him into prison. Now, the reason is a little nebulous. The reason at the time was that 3 letters had been found that were from Vlad to the Sultan or other people in the Ottoman Empire, offering to give his army to the Ottomans in exchange for the return of his throne. The letters were almost definitely forged, probably by Saxons, the same Saxons who wrote all the horrible stories about him. But it worked, and he was thrown into prison for the better part of 14 years. Eventually, he was released. Then Corvinus said, okay, well, I'm not going to help you get your throne back, but I will support your cause. And by now, Vlad's younger brother had died, and so a man named Basarab the Old was on the Wallachian throne, and basically he fled as soon as he saw the army coming. And so now, for the 3rd time, Vlad the Impaler was put on the throne of Wallachia. But again, it didn't last very long. The next year, the Ottomans came back, and this time they killed him in battle. And it was said that they took his head off and brought it back to Constantinople to be preserved in honey to prove to all that Vlad the Impaler was officially dead. To some, he is the sadistic monster who terrorized the people of the Balkans. To others, he's actually a national hero who fought off the invading Ottomans, at least for a while. For most, he is the possible inspiration for Count Dracula, the Bram Stoker character, and for me, he's simply the Impaler, a monster of medieval Europe who likely did not drink the blood of his enemies, but rather enjoyed something like this sour cherry sauce from Transylvania, which I am going to enjoy after I make another recipe that I found. It's a quick recipe, but I just thought it was so appropriate for this episode. It actually comes from a 17th century Romanian cookbook, and the recipe, I don't know why they wanted to do this, but it's how to color liquors red. Take red ground sandalwood, 3 dram, and add it to the liquor to stand 4 to 5 days on a warm stove, stirring often during the day. Then strain and put in glass vessels. So I figured it might end up looking like blood, which I don't know why, again, they would want to do that, but I figured it's perfect. So I started by mixing some of the Slilovitz, which is the plum brandy that I used in last week's video, with a tablespoon of sandalwood powder, and then I set it to warm on the stove. And it did, in fact, turn red, and when I strained it into a glass, I think it kind of looks like blood. Granted, I'm colorblind, so maybe it actually doesn't look anything like blood, but to me, it looks like blood, and so I will try it alongside the pheasant, which once rested can be served with the rest of the mashed cherries, the onions, a few fresh cherries, and of course the sour cherry sauce. And here we are, Transylvanian sour cherry sauce with pheasant for Vlad the Impaler. So I've never actually had pheasant, come to think of it, so I'm going to taste it without any sauce just to see what it tastes like. Reminds me of duck. But it's less fatty than most duck, but the flavor is duck-like. And I love duck. So yeah, I'm a fan.
Oh, like it tastes like duck.
I thought it would be gamier. It's not gamey at all. Now dip it in some of the sauce. There we go. Okay. That's really good. Take some of the onion and put it in there. This may be one of the best sauces I've ever made on the channel. That's really delicious. It is sour because of the sour cherry, but then because of the sweet wine and the honey, it's tempered. Like it doesn't give you that sourness. You know what I mean? Because I usually don't like sour things.
It's not agrio.
It's like a pleasant sourness with a sweetness undertone.
If you wanted to
I don't really taste too much of the cinnamon. It's there. You could probably add more cinnamon if you want. I feel like you kind of have to taste it as you go along and add, because just depending on what else you're using, it's really going to change. But that's so good. Yeah, I actually think that would go really well with pork or chicken, but pork I think would be really nice. So here is the red sandalwood drink. So I realized I poured like a wine glass worth, and it's a brandy, so it's going to be really, really strong. So I'm just going to take a little taste. Here we go. Interesting. It is not nearly as strong as the brandy alone. It's like, it still tastes like brandy, but it's like you lose all the bite of the alcohol. I'm curious how much alcohol burned off. Because it was warming, and there was a little bit of steam going off.
You probably lost some of that alcohol, bud.
I don't know. It's not bad. Actually, you probably could drink a whole wine glass, but without knowing how much alcohol is actually in there, I don't know that I should. Instead, I'm going to just pretty much finish an entire pheasant right now. So I will see you next time on Tasting History.
Alrighty. Well, we've gone for about 4 hours. I wasn't expecting us to do that much. So I think that is also it for me. So that I don't cough too much. I will recede back into my cave. I will recede back into the cavern that is my bed. Excuse me. I might stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. I would really much like to. But with how I'm feeling, I don't know if it's the best idea, but I really want to. So I might stream tomorrow, but it might be a later one and it might be a shorter one. I don't know. Every time I say that, I end up streaming my normal time, but who knows? That being said, thank you for spending time with me. Again, thank you, Crazy Fox, for the donation. I will see you all later. Or tomorrow. I hope you all have a good night, and thank you again for spending time with me. Bye-bye. Bye.